Obviously, congratulate North Central on a great game, and I'm super proud of our team, how hard they played, how they kept fighting, even though we were down big. Particularly proud of this guy. We've had some guys in the past that they got beat out with for the starting position. They hung it up. They didn't care about our team. They're in it for just themselves. Thank God Tyler's not one of those guys, and Chase going down, he came through big time for us.
Coach, this is really the first time this year that you've had to play from behind. Were you kind of apprehensive that your guys might not know how to handle it?
I wasn't apprehensive they wouldn't know how to handle it. We just weren't blocking very good, and our tackling wasn't as sharp as it had been. So I guess I was more worried about that we'd block and tackle better in the second half.
When you got down 21-0, and then you did 28-7 late in the half, did you feel like you even still had a shot at it, or did it feel like all the momentum was their way?
I never felt like we didn't have a shot. I still felt like we were in the game always, but certainly I knew our back was against the wall. We'd have to come up with some great plays, and we tried the onside kick and just didn't. Ian had so much adrenaline, he kicked it about 40 yards, and so that didn't work. And then we were able to get the turnover, I think, on that possession, and that kind of saved us. So that was huge. And then Wes's catch on fourth down, was pretty big. We could probably go back. I could think of about 10 or 15 plays where things were looking bleak, and someone stepped up and made a play. I think there's another fourth down where he scrambled, ran for the first down. So there's a million plays like that. But you gotta make those kind of plays to beat a team like them, I guess.
Coach, you want to share your thinking about the fourth down, 2-point conversion? What you were thinking?
I want to try to beat them. I thought the play we had called, I thought we could get them, and I didn't want to go to overtime, and they've been running the ball better than we had. I thought they would have the advantage in overtime because of that. So we decided to go for the win. I was very confident the play we had called would work, and they jumped off sides, and I felt like we couldn't come back to that play. They'd already seen a shift. And then obviously the play we had called I thought would work good, and we were trying to throw it to Wes, and he basically got tackled, and then Tyler threw it to James, and he tipped it to Brady just like we practice all the time. And it worked, so we'll take it. But I thought that was a way for us to we got to play aggressive, be a team like that. I thought it was best for us to go for it.
You could obviously feel that the momentum has dramatically shifted your way, and you feel like that was the time to kind of step on their throat, so to speak.
Yeah, it's hard to. We didn't block them very good, so it's hard to feel like you stepped on their throat. We felt like we had to pass it from the 1.5. On the 2-point conversion, because we couldn't run it in. So I felt like that was the best, the best strategy for us at that time. I thought we'd been playing good. I thought we could make one more play and go for the win as opposed to play for overtime.
Tyler and Brady, can you just give us your thoughts on that last play, what you both were seeing?
Like you said, we had a different play call from the start, and it felt like it was, it took a year to get that play to finally run. But we ended up switching it up from what we started with, and it was intended for Wes, kind of a little sneak route into the back of the end zone, and he got hit, and then I saw two receivers on the outside in front of their guys. I put it out there, and because there was a guy in my face, hoping Krause or Brady, they were in line, hoping one of them would get it because I didn't have any time. And
Yeah, on that play, I'm running take off to the corner of the end zone. I run back there. I look back. I see Burke trying to go west. Didn't happen. He's looking out to us. He throws it. My guy goes in, hits Kraus as he goes up to make the catch, and I knew that if the tip was tipped anywhere, I'm going after it. And it was tipped right to me, so I just made the catch, kept my feet in.
If you could, Tyler, just talk about that last drive, just big plays left and right.
Just the way we were flowing in the fourth quarter, honestly, I would be the first to tell you I would be the most nervous person in that situation, but the pain and just the situation, I knew it was just one of those things. I had to step up. I had to I had to do it for my team, and we were just rolling. It felt like we had so much momentum that I felt like we couldn't be stopped. I mean, that's just how we felt in the fourth quarter, and we had all the confidence in the world that we were going to score on that last drive.
Describe your day. I mean, you come out, Chase was a game time decision, but find out you're going to get the start. You come out, you throw 2 picks early, and then the bounce back. When did you find your rhythm and really start to just click on what the routes were and the timing of the receivers?
A couple of them were, just bad balls. They were bad on my part; those were on me. But I think getting used to their speed. We hadn't seen speed like that on the defensive line all year. And if you run into a team like that, it's going to take a little getting used to. And I think once we picked up on that a little bit and knew how to work with the pressure and where I could step up, I think that was the time when we really started to click.
CJ, talk about the defense in the second half. 21 first, and then you only let them get 7 in the second.
Yeah, I mean, we felt like we had to stop them from scoring, give our offense a chance, get the ball back, came up with a big turnover, get the offensive ball back, and that's pretty much all that.
What did you notice about their offensive tendencies? It seemed like they were determined to run the ball in the first half, and maybe less so in the second half.
Yeah, they definitely like to run it, and then after they run it, they want to run it some more. And I've said that they got away from that a little bit towards the end. But that was a big focal point of the week was they shut down their run.
Tyler, at what point during the week did you find out that you were going to start?
He called me in. I always treat it every week as I'll be getting playing time with Chase being banged up, and it was on Friday or yesterday. He called me in and just sat me down, and because they know, they know I prepare every week like I'll be playing. They know I have my head in it. I don't just sit in the back and not take reps. I take reps with the ones also. So he called me in yesterday and just said, I want you to be ready. So I want you to have your mindset right. So it was yesterday.
You have seen a lot of playing time in second halves of games. Does that help kind of keep the rust off when you haven't started since the Witt game last year?
Yeah. That definitely helps. It's something. It's honestly something we can in our program, in our offense. I think it's something you can feed off. Like even if you don't, even if you're not a starter, with the offense we have, if you know your reads and you know what you can do, it's a great offense to run. And if we keep clicking, the receivers are doing their job. It makes it a lot easier on me. So
you guys converted, I think, 6 third downs in the second half. Most of those were 3rd and 10s. What was the key to those 3rd and 4th down conversions you were getting?
Time. We needed time because 3rd and 10, 4th and 10, 4th and 12. We needed time for the receivers to get their routes, and that was the biggest part of the game. If we could get our receivers open, our receivers were gashing their defensive backs, and I'll give credit to their defensive backs. They have a great secondary, but I think our receivers were running great routes. So we had to pick up a little more time. We ran stronger protections on those longer downs and 3rd and 4th down. So it gave me a little more time to throw the ball.
Erik, maybe you can speak to this, but you seem to be attacking Connor Douglas, number 29. Obviously, one of their quarterbacks was out. You seem to be attacking him a lot early and leaving Mitchell alone. Was that by design?
Well, we thought he was playing a little aggressive, so we went after him on some of the double moves. And then, then they switched and started playing number 5 to John's side most of the time.